First of all, thank you to all of you for appearing before us today. Thank you for your service. And I just have to say, man, go women power, because just phenomenal women appearing before this committee. I come from the Northern Marianas, where access to service is very limited. We don't have a CBOC, and I think people are going to get sick of me saying that, because I'm going to say it over and over again until we actually do get access to care, which is why, looking at community care programs is very important to me because of that reason. Now, one of the things that I'm hearing from all of you is that things could be better with regards to the way we deliver these programs. There are gaps. Dr. Mobs, is it Mobs? You spoke of, in your written testimony that you submitted, you talked about a comprehensive metrics system that needs to be put in place. Can you just kind of dive into that a little bit? Because I'm looking for opportunities to improve, to ensure that some of these challenges and gaps that we're talking about and hearing about today are actually addressed in the legislation, and that we can improve the system.
And thank you very much for that question. I think this is critically important, and I'm certainly a advocate for not the either or, but the and. We have to have both a strong VA and strong community care. And as part of that, the GAO has provided extensive recommendations regarding the opportunity to improve oversight and accountability around community care. And in particular, some of the things that have been mentioned here do need to be improved upon. The ability to track scheduling performance, for example, metrics aligned with those timeframes are imperative, meaningful accountability around those metrics. And then, for example, the VA's referral coordination initiative, which was meant to streamline specialty care, has suffered from somewhat inconsistent implementation, unclear guidance about its use, and inadequate performance metrics. So I would simply say that the work has been done around assessing VA community care opportunities for improvement, and I would just say that we should be looking very extensively at the recommendations provided by GAO in order to enhance them.
Thank you for that. And this is a question to you, Dr. Hunter, because I do agree. I'm an attorney by practice, and when you appear in front of a jury, you have to submit data evidence, right? But sometimes the anecdote does win. And too often, as a matter of fact, in the community that I come from, these stories are what I hear every single time I meet with constituents. And for as long as I've sat in this committee in this last 7 months, these are the stories that we hear. And so, you spoke of some of the gaps to include accessibility to record keeping and being able to have a more seamless process whereby there's a little bit more accountability with regards to the program itself. Can you give us suggestions as to how we can improve the current situation?
Thank you so much for that, because again, we understand that this isn't a either or. That's not how this should be characterized. It's a yes and, but we really need to improve the coordination side of community care so it is held to some of the same standards that VA care is. And so if we're thinking about the coordination piece, there are a few things that can be done. One is there needs to be some more deliberate looking into some of the VA modernization and the enterprise systems that are being rolled out. This work is sort of early on, preliminary. We are really excited to work with the committee to better understand and ensure that the electronic health care record system is being rolled out in an appropriate manner that allows for better coordination. Because right now what we're seeing far too often is that the VA, where there are very well coordinated records kept, is not able to communicate well with community providers, and things are falling through the cracks. We are not getting full care plans. We are not able to ensure that veterans are receiving the same standard and quality of care. And so first, making sure that process is going well as ensuring oversight and enforcement of the quality standards and training that are required of our community care providers. The Mission Act said that needed to happen, but according to multiple independent medical associations, there is not yet a published transparent standard for what community care needs to meet or what sort of records need to be provided back to the VA care teams to ensure the comprehensive continuity of care. And so in those two areas, I think there's a lot of room to be done, and I think this committee is primed to be able to engage in that sort of oversight.
Thank you. I'm out of time. I yield my time. I yield back.